is there any NHL player you kind of model your game after?
A little bit. I mean, I've watched a lot of Jake Gensel growing up from Minnesota, so he's a big guy I've enjoyed to watch, and he's been an unreal player in the NHL, so kind of a guy I'd like to pick pieces from his game and learn towards and add to my game.
Well, you had the 44 goals last year, so that part of your game is pretty well-rounded. Is there anything you're going to work on more specifically this summer as you head out to college hockey?
Yeah, kind of a lot more off my off-the-puck movement, getting open for my teammates. I mean, you got a lot less time and space when you're in college, so just trying to be open for them and be an option for them at the same time. And also my defensive zone, I feel like that's a big thing you can work on. I mean, if you get good both ways, forward and defense, I mean, you get more playing time. You're out there more, trusted more. So I think that's a part of my game I really want to work on too.
Were you watching the draft, and what was your reaction when James got taken?
Yeah, I was watching. I mean, I was pretty pumped. I mean, he's an unbelievable American player. I mean, I can't believe he fell to 7. I think he's probably going to be the steal of the draft when we look back in about 10, 15 years. So I was pretty happy that the Bruins were able to get him, and I can hopefully play with him maybe sometime in the future.
What was it like for the two of you? I saw you pair up to start the drills at the beginning of camp. What was it like for the two of you just playing together and getting to know each other?
I mean, it's nice. I mean, he's a great kid, great to talk to. I mean, he's a funny kid too, so it's always nice coming to these camps, learning from even older guys, younger guys, guys like James who I've known for a while. So it's always nice coming here and kind of picking everyone's brain and learning from everyone.
He and Will Moore kind of had a crazy travel day getting
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure if they were getting on the ice. How impressive is it for you to see them jump out and kind of take that sort of initiative on day one?
It was pretty impressive. I mean, I heard they had a pretty tough flight getting in. We had a bike test this morning, and they were going off 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep, and still put up good numbers. So pretty impressed with them and their work ethic. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. Having 2 flights getting canceled, and I think it's one of the longest flights in America, LA to Boston. So for them to get off that plane and put up numbers like that and have a good skate, it's pretty impressive.
I know you were asked this already, came in a little bit later, but you got traded here back in March, and it's kind of been like a bit of a waiting game. Is it a bit of excitement to kind of finally say you can come in here, be in this room, put on these colors after kind of all that experience? What's that like for you now?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty special. I mean, it's kind of nice coming here, being able to put names to faces, like I said before. So it's good having everyone here, learning from everyone, and kind of being able to put on the colors and talk to a bunch of the coaching staff and players, affiliates, and all that. So it's pretty cool, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Just in general, development camp in the NHL is a fairly new thing, like in the last 15, whatever, somewhat years, 20 years. Do you find it beneficial to be able to do something like that instead of going in cold if there's a training camp and you get that call, right? Like, what's the benefit of a development camp in the middle of the summer?
I think it's a great thing. I mean, being able to come in, they can kind of see where your development at halfway through the summer, and then they can put test scores on you, see how you do after years and years. And it's always great coming in here. I mean, meeting everyone, meeting coaching staff, and kind of getting your feet a little wet in the organization for new guys like me and then new draft picks too. So it's always nice. I think it's a great thing that they do, coming in here and having these guys come in during the summer and kind of get your competitive juices flowing a little bit. I mean, in the summertime, you're not doing too much, so it's good to come in here and put the work in Boston.
And that'll help you focus when you figure kind of a couple things out. It'll help you maybe focus your training afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, coming in here, I mean, you're doing some shooting drills out there today, and I learned I gotta work on a lot more things out there just from what they've taught me. So I mean, it's good coming in here knowing you've got to work on for the rest of the summer and going into school or wherever everyone else is going. So I think it's great to kind of give you a baseline of what you're at right now and where you want to be at.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot more comfortable. I've been training here for the last 2 weeks as well. So just being like around the building and meeting all the staff and stuff definitely helped a lot. So I'm definitely saying I'm a lot more comfortable than last year.
How would you describe your first year at BC? Obviously, people look at the numbers and it didn't happen for you in that realm, but it seemed like you saw maybe a handful of games and it seemed like you had a grade A opportunity in every game. How would you describe your season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the numbers weren't there where I wanted them to be. I was playing the first half of the year with a broken hand from the NTP game. I had surgery at Christmas time, and then the second half of the year, I was feeling 100%. I was put into a role. I was a little new, just play hard, forecheck hard, backcheck hard. So I mean, I think overall I learned a lot of different things that I needed to work on in my game. That'll definitely help me for next year when maybe I get put into a more offensive role and have more opportunity. That those habits and stuff will still be there to be able to play my B game. So I think overall it was definitely a useful year. Definitely the points wise, numbers weren't there, but other than that, I think I learned a lot.
Was it hard?
Yeah, I mean, the jump was decently hard. After Christmas time, I kind of thought I fit in a little more. I was getting better as the season went on. But right away, it was definitely a little bit of adjusting, especially in these Michigan State games. It was my first games. Just getting to where the level was at, so it was definitely a bit of a jump for sure.
Personality-wise, are you somebody that gets frustrated at yourself, or are you somebody that gets motivated by that kind of thing, or is it a mix?
A little bit of both. More motivation, just because like getting frustrated yourself, it only leads to kind of harm. It definitely happens though. Like, it happens with everybody. But being able to use that as motivation is definitely a thing I've been looking forward to doing. So yeah.
Can you make this experience valuable? And because you went through this, and is there something you can do for future frustration moments that you can take from it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, it was definitely a frustrating year. So I mean, going forward, just knowing that if you just stick through it and work hard, good things will come. So definitely a good learning experience there.
You can turn the page on that year now, but as you're going through it and the shots aren't falling for you, how much did that weigh on you as the games went on?
Definitely weighed on me a little bit as the chances weren't going in. I had a couple of chances in the beanpot game that I thought were going to fall. Hit a couple of crossbars, a couple of posts. So usually when those don't go in, you get real frustrated. But not having any goals and those still not falling in definitely hurts a little more. So.
What has that? You have the 1 year under your belt. What are your expectations for yourself next season?
Yeah, I mean, definitely being an offensive leader, being put in a more offensive role, and kind of being counted on to help the team win and score some goals. I think I'm going to try to push for that role this year.
What has the process of resetting kind of been like? How do you sort of regroup after the season, and what has the last couple of months been like?
Yeah, I mean, I just took some time off, kind of just reflected on the season, and then honestly just had a little bit of a mental change, like mental mindset, trying to just be more focused on like skill, try to get my confidence back, and I feel I kind of have as the summers went on. Just being more skilled and kind of more what I'm used to, what my game is. And then I always have that kind of hard checking role that I was put into in my back pocket, so I won't leave, but just trying to focus on skill and get my confidence back.
What was your reaction when you saw the Bruins draft James Hagens?
Yeah, I was super pumped. I saw him there when it was at 7, and I had a feeling that they were going to pick him. So I texted him right away. I was super happy for him. And I'm happy that there was a couple more BC kids picked too, so there'll be a big crew of us there at BC next year.
So what happened there?
Yeah, a couple flight delays and whatnot, but when you have a chance to put on the Bruin jersey, you can't say no. It doesn't matter what flight delay or how much sleep you get. This is a dream come true, and this is the first time you're able to put on the jersey. You'd have to cut off my leg to tell me I couldn't get on that ice. So.
How did it feel getting out there for the first time?
Oh, it was amazing. Being able to put that jersey on, to be able to put on that equipment and step on the ice and be a part of this organization. It's the coolest feeling in the world. To be able to be out there with all those coaches, all the players. It was really, really cool.
James, you said at the draft that you're up to about 190. Mm-hmm. How did that feel on the ice? Did it feel any different for you?
It felt great. It's not affecting my speed or anything at all. If anything, that's a goal I wanted to get to. I'm really glad I'm at this weight. It's going to help you, especially when you're trying to make the jumps to the NHL. You're just going to be strong, tough guys that are coming down you in corners. You got to make sure that you have the right weight to maintain yourself.
James, can you stand? Can you stand up?
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that better for everybody? There we go. Now we got better shots.
I could.
Was there anybody in the organization, or even just like a comment you made, like, hey, there's no way you're keeping me off the ice today? Anybody express, like, hey, you guys can take it easy?
One of the coaches came up and told us, we did the testing. You guys are good to not go on the ice, and me and Will kind of looked at each other. And, we were by our stalls, and we asked them if he could go ask if we can go on the ice. So it was a moment that when you're standing there, you're in this locker room. All you want to do is be able to get out there and be a part of this. So.
What is your affection level for the Boston Bruins? Going to college here, getting from the city, just being a Northeast kid. How good of a fit was the pick?
It it's a dream come true. It's such an honor to be able to get drafted by this team, this organization, with all the people here, all the prospects, and all the players on the team. It's a dream come true for me. It's close to home. I've been in Boston for the past year. I wanted to go to school in Boston. To be able to be picked by the Bruins, it's something that just puts a smile on your face. And to be able to have Happy Gilmore make the pick, it was really special.
What's the rest of your summer look like? Will you still be going home for a little bit?
Yeah, I'll end up going back home for a little bit. Be able to spend time with family outside of the draft when things kind of calm down now. So I'm sure they'll be wearing Bruins hats around Long Island now. So.
The Happy Gilmore audio, can you put that as your voicemail maybe on your phone? Because that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, honestly, I might have to. I've watched that video over and over again. When you're sitting there in the moment, you see the Bruins on the board, and all you can think in your head is you want to be a Bruin so badly. You hope that they say Boston College and then your name after that, and then Happy Gilmore pops up on the screen, and you're sitting there laughing, and he says your name. It's one of the most coolest experiences you could have, especially when you're there and emotions are high. You don't know where you're gonna go. It all worked out.
Have you been able to sleep at all this weekend?
Yeah, it's been nice, especially once the draft happened. Be able to spend that time with your family, to be able to celebrate with them. I think I had around 50 family members there, between friends and family, so it was really cool. It was a cool moment. The fact that they were there to celebrate too made it even better.
What is the value in this experience for you, in being out in the next couple days?
Yeah, it's just learning. You have so many smart hockey minds here. You have to be coachable. You have to be able to be a sponge around everyone here. Whether it's players or coaches, there's always something to learn. This is a world-class organization, so just being able to walk around the facilities, see how nice it is, and see how hard it's going to be to get here. This is your goal. This is your dream. So it's going to take a lot to get to this point.
What are your expectations, your goals? Where do you want to be in the next 9 months?
Yeah, I want to be a Boston Bruin. I want to be a Boston Bruin really bad. That's a conversation that you have to have with the staff and management. We'll have that talk at the end of camp, but just to be able to get the draft over and know what team that you're putting your heart and soul into, it's a lot better now.
James, you're the Bruins' highest draft pick in 15 years. Obviously, they're usually not up there. Does it hit you kind of, what that means and sort of the excitement that comes with that?
Yeah, it comes with a lot of pride, a lot of honor to be able to be a part of something like this, to be able to to even get picked and to say you're picked by the Boston Bruins. It's something that it doesn't really hit you until you're up on that stage, but it's going to come with a lot of hard work. I know how hard it's going to be, and that's just a big step. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to give everything I possibly have into this team and this organization, into the fan base. So I'm just excited to get it going.
Have you heard from anybody else in the organization beyond management, any players or anybody
associated yet? I was able to had Pasta called me right after the draft happened. It was really cool. I was in my hotel room and sent me a text, asked if I was awake. So that was really, really cool. Zadorov also, I was able to meet him here earlier today, and then Charlie McAvoy, I was able to FaceTime him earlier today, so that was really cool as well.
Do you follow McAvoy as another Long Island guy?
Mm-hmm. I do. He inspires everyone on Long Island. He's the reason why hockey is growing on Long Island. Just being able to have a player like that, where little kids are, looking up and inspired by a player like that. Now you're hopefully becoming teammates with them. So it's going to be really cool.
Heard you had a bit of an odyssey to get here.
Yeah. Couple flight delays. Got in at 4 a.m, but came in with a positive attitude and ready to work. So despite me and James's travel errors, we made it, and we're happy to be here. So
is that a bonding opportunity between the two of you guys? Given you're gonna be teammates for who knows how long?
Yeah, you definitely build a deeper connection when you're sleeping together on the floor of the airport. So yeah, it was great bonding. You know, keep building relationships with my future teammates, and like I said, it's over, but it was a fun time and memory we'll never forget.
What airport were you stuck in?
LAX.
Well, for Bruins fans who want to know about your game, what would you like to tell them? What do you want them to know about you before they see you on the ice?
Yeah, I just think, you know, I'm a big body, but I provide a highly dynamic offensive game. I think I have high IQ, and my main strength is playmaking and making my line mates better. So, you know, very creative, very good puck skills, and just, you know, bring an element of offense, you know, to the team. So.
What's it like to be at the development camp where you have guys like Andre, I know Oscar Yelvik's not here, but all your guys that will be your future teammates at BC?
Yeah, it's pretty special, you know, seeing guys that, you know, had to go through the same things as I did and, you know, go fight the same battles and, you know, go through all the same adversity. So, yeah, I think it's just more things to connect on, more things to build relationships on, and yeah, it's special.
Sounded like management was going to give you guys a pass to go on the ice today, but why was it important for you guys to go on the ice?
I think it's all about, you know, making a great first impression. Also at the same time, like, you know, any chance me and James can get on the ice, yeah, we want to. So, you know, we had the option, but you know, there's times where in the future you might get back from a flight at 4 in the morning, you got to show up and play. So, yeah, just building good habits, and, you know, we felt great out there, and glad we made that choice.
Are there things you're analyzing and learning about your future teammates on the ice? Are there things about traits? Is it early for that, or is that the way you, especially somebody that has played some center, is it that are you looking for those kind of things, trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I'll just go specifically off James. I got the opportunity to watch him at NCP, so, you know, a lot of traits to take away from his game. Always plays with his head up, very smooth, skilled, loves playmaking. So, yeah, gotten a lot of opportunities to learn from him, and yeah, try and translate that into some of my game. So.
But more than just him, are you looking at other guys around and kind of analyzing their games as you're doing it, and how to best coordinate with guys you might be playing with?
Yeah, I think that's starting now. There's a lot of BC guys here, and even just, you know, future Boston guys.